enemy's bullet will not see that
Yes,
it's a
yes.
girl or a boy.
It is not
It's
gender biased.
Yeah, so it is same for both.
Yeah.
So you have to be at par with them in every sense. So every day as a woman in the army, every day in my first unit, I think I had to prove myself.
Hello, I'm Navita Arora Khanna and I'm a corporate trainer. Today we have here Colonel Pooja Nautiyal ji. How are you?
I'm good. What about you?
I'm good. Sitting next to you, I'm getting goosebumps.
No, it should not be like this. I mean, both of us deal in a very different kind of environment.
Yeah.
So when somebody asks me about business and corporate, I fumble. And if you are asking me about army and national security, probably you will be slightly nervous. So it's mutual. What our feelings are mutual. Yeah.
Yeah, but then I'm sure your journey has been amazing. Share insights. I just want to, come straight to the point. Tell me all your experiences, in a nutshell about army.
Okay, the experiences have been very, very vast because I've served in the Indian Army for 21 years and I'm a telecom expert. So I was commissioned in the year 2000 batch. I'm a 2000 batch officer, got commissioned into the Indian Army. And you know what happens in the Army, especially at that time, the number of ladies were very less.
Yeah.
So you would find only one woman officer in the complete station. So at the age of 21, when I got commissioned and landed up in my first unit, we call it unit.
Yeah.
So I was the only lady there. Nobody else, and it was a CI ops area. So my challenges in life started from there. So a person who has never seen a small town girl, I'm from Dehradun, and suddenly getting into an environment where it's all men and you are the only woman. So my determination, my grit, my endurance, everything, whatever I have today has been built from there, and a lot of challenges kept on coming on my way till maybe say 10 years. After that, I was fully bedded in, and of course, our organization also was slightly nervous to induct women officers because it's all men's world.
Yeah.
So they were also nervous how to take care of these women officers and how to make them adapt themselves into the system. So everything was mutual. I would not say that it was difficult for us. I would say that it was difficult for the organization also. But after a certain period of time when you're totally bedded and you're comfortable and you're adapted fully with the environment. So after that, it was a very nice and good journey for me.
Do you think scenario has changed or it is still the same somewhere?
No, mindset has changed now a lot. Earlier, women officers used to come only as a short service commissioned officers for 5 years, extendable to 7, then further extendable to 10 years. But after that, once this permanent commission has come, so things have changed. Now, women officers are from the time of their induction, they are at par with their male counterparts. So when they are at par with their male counterparts, all kinds of courses, the competitions which are there, so they are supposed to compete with equivalence. So when all these things are happening, and the women are also, the girls are also evolving over a period of time. You would have seen that 90s girls and then 2000 and there's a huge difference. And now in our houses also, we don't find any kind of difference between our son and daughter. So similarly, here also things are changing and changing for good.
Tell me something about your most challenging experience as far as army is concerned.
So yes, okay. So as I have told you, when my first unit, because that was the time I was totally new to the organization. So I would say that was the first challenge and the most difficult challenge for me to overcome. When you land in an environment where you find all men around you and not even a single woman with whom you can even share that I'm not feeling well.
Yeah.
You can't share your things, and you have to portray when you are in the army, you are the leader. You're supposed to be a leader all the time, and when you are wearing a uniform, the moment you wear a uniform, it is like then you cannot say that you are suffering from
It
something.
has power. It sure.
Yeah, you have to show that you are absolutely fine and you are going to take care of everyone under you. So that was the time, and it was a learning. A lot of challenges used to come. Like it was difficult for the men also to accept a woman as their leader. So starting from the morning, the schedule in the army is like you get up in the morning at 5:30, you do your PT in the morning, that physical training. After that, you come back, you change into your uniform, you go to the office, you do your office work, you come back, you have your lunch. After that, you go for the games, and after games, you come back to the office, finish your day's work, close your the office, and then you come back and eat and then sleep, and again next day same thing starts. And in between, you have to go for the exercises also. Then exercises goes for about 15 to 20 days when you are deployed there in the fields and working there. So for a woman to get adjusted into this environment along with the men, and for the men to take command from a woman is a very difficult thing. Not only for a man, I would say for a woman also, to take a command from a person who's sitting over you and is not competent enough.
Yeah.
So every day as a woman in the army, every day in my first unit, I think I had to prove myself. So for proving yourself, you have to undergo a lot of stress. And from the morning, starting in the morning, I used to run along with them. I used to show that I can also run.
Yeah.
And probably I was good in running, so I used to beat them also sometimes. So from there, our rapport started building up.
She has something in
Yeah,
her.
she has not only mentally, physically also she is there. So that also plays a very important role, in a place like army. And in the work, of course, all the girls are generally good in their work and they're meticulous. They give their 100% to the work. So work-wise, there shouldn't be any problem. There was no problem as such. But then again in the evenings, when it comes to games, so what game should I play with them? So I started with hockey, I started with basketball, and this is how my journey with these people started going on. And I was not at all a basketball player, but I learned with them, and they also taught me, because they also get connected. When you are playing, when you are rubbing shoulders with your men, they get connected to you, and they're also there to support you in everything.
So there are similar expectations as far as strength training is concerned.
Not similar, but yes, the bare minimum. The standards are laid in the army. That your weight should be this much. You should be able to do these many push-ups. You should be able to run this much in so and so time. You should be able to do battle inoculation drills. So all those things, the training is set, and you have to meet those standards. And every 3 months they take these tests, whether you are living up to these standards or not. So this is how I started my journey with them, and after maybe 6 months or 7 months, I gelled so well with these people that I was totally
part of the team.
Amazing. So this is how it went.
So this was about challenges. Share your best experience in the army.
So these challenges became the best experience of me.
Learnings.
Learning and the experience also. When you run with your people and when you cross them and when you come first and you leave them behind,
The confidence.
the confidence and the kind of pride which it gives you is amazing. So that keeps on building up your confidence that not only in my workspace, here also I'm with them. I can match their standards. And which is very, very important, because army does not see that it's a male or a female. When you're going for an operation, enemy's bullet will not see that it's a girl or a boy.
It is not gender biased.
Yeah, so it is same for both. So you have to be at par with them in every sense. So from there I started, building up my confidence. My physical standards went up, and my professionalism went up, and this is how I lived my life. And and there are many firsts in my life, in the sense I was the first woman officer to be posted to National Defence Academy.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was posted there as the first woman officer to take care of the complete IT infrastructure of NDA. I was the first woman officer to be part of, there's one headquarters of Corps of Signals. See, I am part of Signals, that is telecommunications. So we have our headquarters where only niche people come.
Okay.
And the top boss of Corps of Signals, he said that we want to introduce lady officers in this field also. So they must have checked the profile of all, and I was selected, and I was the first one to be inducted in the headquarters. And I was told by the boss that we are taking you as an example. The way you will perform, the lady officers will come, or we will stop.
You're going to open the doors for the rest. Wow.
So a lot of responsibility. Yes, I was very happy that I'm selected, but at the same time, a lot of responsibilities were also there with me. But I could live up to it, and now there are many lady officers who are being inducted in the headquarters also. And other than my last tenure, I was the staff officer to the boss, the top boss. So that was my last appointment, and I till now I'm the only one who had tenanted this particular appointment.
That's impressive.
Yeah, but I was lucky, maybe. So I got this opportunity, and I could live up to it.
Okay. Yeah. If you have to choose between physical strength and mental strength, which one would you choose? If you can choose only one.
Of course, mental strength. It's the mental strength which drives your body. I mean, if your mental
drives everything around.
Yes, of course. And mentally, one has to be very, very strong. So I have some hobbies also, like mountaineering.
Mm-hmm.
So there you can see the endurance. Endurance is nothing but it's the mental strength which one has. And if you are mentally strong, your body will automatically go along with you. So this is what I feel.
Self-talk, the way you communicate with yourself matters.
Yes.
So from military to national security, telecommunications, how did this happen and why did this happen?
Yeah. So it is a very interesting journey. As I told you that I am a 2000 batch officer. So I finished my 20 years in the Indian Army in 2020. And that was the time we won the election, the court case of Permanent Commission of Women Officers in the Indian Army. So in 2020, when the decision came that, the women officers will be given the Permanent Commission. So we were given option. All the women officers were given option that would you like to continue or would you like to take a premature retirement. I was posted there in Delhi, and in 2020 itself there was one announcement by the Prime Minister that there should be a directive on the telecom security.
Yeah. So
when this announcement was made, this responsibility was given to National Security Council Secretariat, and especially the cyber wing of National Security Council. And that time, General Pant, he was the National Cyber Security Coordinator.
Yeah.
So when he was given this responsibility to implement this directive at the national level, in which only the trusted products will be put by the service providers on their networks, telecom products.
Yeah.
So when this thing came up, he decided to have few people who can, actually work on ground and, implement this directive. So I received a call, and I was asked by him that whether would you like to join us. So I was thrilled and happy that start from army now let me work at the national level. So it's a good opportunity for me.
Yeah.
And at the same time, army is also asking me that whether you want to continue or you want to quit.
The universe is signaling you.
Yeah. And lastly, the third point was my children were grown up. Grown up in the sense my son was in class 12th and my daughter was in class 10th. So I thought that instead of moving out now from Delhi, it would be better for me to work here only if I get selected in NSCS. I went there, I gave my interview, and luckily and God willing, I got selected. And there were two people, there was Colonel Parthasarthi and self, and both of us were given the complete responsibility to implement this directive on telecom security. So that's how I quit army and joined NSCS.
Do you miss army?
Actually, this job of mine is not giving me chance to miss army at all. But I cannot miss army because my husband is still there in the army. So he is again a signal officer, and currently he is commanding a brigade in Fazilka. So whenever I feel like I go to him and I am in the same place, I'm in the same organization. So I don't miss army as such. Yeah, I'm enjoying my job here, and this is at the highest level. So it gives a totally different kind of a feeling, different kind of a confidence.
Definitely. Yeah. Okay. 2 or 3 things which which you have learned in your life, if you have to say it in a nutshell, or lessons which helped you evolve as a person.
Okay. So 2-3 lessons I would say. When you start a particular work, give your best and never ever leave that work in between. Even if you find any kind of hindrance or any kind of pushback from anybody, one should never leave. If you have decided to do a particular thing, you must, give it a
That's true.
yeah. So this is what I have learned, and this is what is taught also in the army. That when you're going for an operation, you have to give results to that operation. You can't be leaving it in between and coming back. Another thing is perseverance, resilience, and the determination to do whatever you feel you want to do in your life. Never lose your passion. Things will keep on coming. Your professional challenges will keep on bothering you,
Yeah.
but at the same time, you should live your personal life also. I would say your passion to do something. If you have a hobby, you must pursue your hobby. And for a woman, yes, maintaining a very good work and personal life balance is also very important.
There's a lot of pressure.
Lot of pressure from your, even if your in-laws or your parents are not putting pressure, you yourself start taking pressure of your kids, of your husband. So this is what
mom
happens.
guilt. That's what we say.
Yes. So it is important to have that kind of balance also. So for that, I always tell everyone, we are very strong and we should remain strong and keep on doing what we feel is right for us and for the society or for our organization.
Wow. Lovely message. Thank you for speaking to us. Thank you for being here, and thank you for motivating everyone.
Thank you so much. Thank you.